I forgot to put the reactive up here. Boom. There we go. Alright, and yeah, because I muted myself in Discord, this is not gonna proc. So you all will just see me as a darkened PNG for a little bit. But hello and welcome back. Hello, Kim. Sharon, you're in the call with me. As part of the crew. And welcome. It's been like a month and a week since the last time we were here. But the live dub returns. I don't know why I said it like that, but, you know, maybe it's because of the fact that I was trying to practice a couple of extra voices, just because of the fact that we're running a little bit of a skeleton crew on the guy's side of things, so Nick and I are going to be running a little bit in the way of many characters. So, that's what we're up to. I will now bring us back to the chaos that is... Well, it's probably a little less chaotic than usual, but in we go.
You damn ass while I am.
Wait, so you're gonna add... Wait, so you're gonna have other Danhong
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I'm gonna replace Lighter, I'm gonna replace Bran, I'm gonna replace Rover, I'm gonna replace Geod.
Wait, it's just gonna be the Danhongs?
It's gonna be all Donghungs. No one else.
The Danhong hour.
Wait,
The
do you like
Danhong
Danhong
allegations.
more than Lighter and Gian and Rover?
Yeah.
Nice.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Understandable.
You can have
Look,
the
they're
trio.
nice. Look, Lighter's nice, but he was so
Hello
Hiya,
there.
Sadia.
Hello
Hello.
there.
Hello. How you doing?
Hi. Whoa. I got food. Hey.
Sorry.
Nice.
Yeah.
I refilled my water. We're ready.
Nice. Okay.
No.
Let me go to the spreadsheet though. So I forgot
Yeah, I'm trying to
pull that
open
up.
it up right now too.
Yeah, I just got back from work.
Hey, yeah.
Ooh.
Understandable.
Yeah.
We're in case 5, right?
Yeah, it's
Uh-huh.
been so long. But yeah, I think we're in case 5. I think we
Okay,
technically started it, right?
Yes,
Oh.
we're
Yes.
like... No, I don't even remember how far we are through it. We are an indeterminate number of scenes in.
I think you mentioned that it might take at least a few.
Possibly.
Yeah, I think he said a few shit.
Yes.
Yeah, he did say that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
Which is great because this is all coming in during the time window where I'm having to figure out how to move to LA.
Fantastic.
Oh. Hope the move goes well.
Yeah, safe journeys.
Shouldn't be too
Yeah.
bad.
Hopefully.
It's just I'm trying to not live in like the area around Koreatown just because the traffic there sucks.
Ah.
Oh.
Understandable.
I just hear horror stories about LA traffic.
I heard horror stories about LA traffic. That's
Espe-
why.
Yeah, and like the airport, trying to like drive to and from the airport or something.
It's not that bad. It only doubles the travel time most of the
Only
time.
doubles. Only doubles, okay.
On a good day.
On a good day. Oh no.
No.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Just want to double check. It's alternate, right?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are the originals even there anymore? You got rid of the originals, right?
Yeah, the originals are gone. Except
Oh,
they're
thank
the
God.
overall.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
I will actually delete that overall for the normals.
Okay, let me
The line totals Ryan is just yes.
Yes.
Listen, I wasn't bothering to count at that point. I was like, the next time I do this, I was like, oh great, I'm gonna have to go about and count again. And also hopefully find a shorter game.
I don't know if it's about the length of the game, but
Yeah.
That's true.
I think
I've
just
just been having fun.
yeah, just find a game
Yeah.
that's really fun, and however long it takes is however long it takes.
Yeah.
I found something that was by a Korean like indie developer, which might be interesting.
Ooh,
Hmm.
I'm interested
Oh,
already.
okay.
But I'll need to I'll need to
Dude.
check the I'll actually need to play it.
Dude, there's so many games,
Fair
bro.
enough.
Like, dude, like especially what happened at Nintendo Direct. There was like the new Fire Emblem game as
I
well
told
as
you.
as well as the Resident Evil one, the Resident Evil game.
Oh
that's
my
coming
gosh,
out
just
soon.
mention.
Yeah,
I'm so excited for Fire Emblem.
bro, I freaked out on Fire Emblem.
I know. I freaked out so like you can just talk to Ryan or like so, or like or watch
Hell
my.
yeah!
I freaked out on stream too. I was like, ah!
It's like, oh my god, they look so good.
I know. Like part of me is a little like sad that it's not like a remake of like Genealogy or whatever or Thracia, but
Yeah.
I'm still like it's it's fine. We're getting a new entry. FE18. Here we go. Like ah!
And it got to be the closer on the direct.
I know.
True.
True. Yeah.
I was like, okay, Nintendo, I see you. I see
you.
You're trying to win my money over, and it's not happening. with
Oh, it's
Nintendo
definitely
Switch 2.
happening. It's
No,
happening.
it's not
I was
happening.
telling them literally last night, I'm gonna buy the game as soon as it's open for pre-order,
Oh my god.
regardless
Well,
of
I'm really
if I have a Switch
surprised.
2 or not.
I'm
Ugh.
surprised that the new Resident Evil game, they released a new trailer. I didn't know it's gonna be released in Nintendo Switch out of all the platforms they're gonna release. I thought it's gonna release like an Xbox or PlayStation showcase, but it's interesting that it's a Nintendo Switch, which is interesting.
Capcom does not behold themselves to a single platform. They just jump everywhere.
True.
They do not limit themselves.
Hmm.
Alrighty. I think we've got
Okay.
the half skeleton crew here.
Yeah, I was gonna say like we're not waiting on any more people, right?
No, but I also did not want to interrupt the excitement.
Oh,
No, you're good. You're
Let the
good.
anticipation
so
build.
considerate. Much appreciated, Ryan.
Is the game making sounds? It could be if I use the right output.
Mhm.
There we go. Okay. Where were we?
I don't know.
That is a good question. Let's find out.
Previously on Dragon Ball Z. Wait, wrong franchise. Hold on.
we need one of those 0.5 like for anime. There's always like that 0.5 that's always like the recap.
Oh my god.
Okay. Oh, okay. So we were actually in the middle of this conversation. Go for it, Nick. When you arrested Steelwind, I recall you mentioning that a bunch of guards were comatose. Did the murderer use some kind of spell to knock them out?
I don't think so. And I'm just as lost as you are about that. Some of the victims didn't have any magical traces on them. So we know that they're not under the effects of a spell, but they still haven't woken up.
That's odd, to say the least. Is there any common thread between the knights who fell comatose? That might help us deduce what happened to them.
Well, we found all of them at the locations where Steelwind was spotted. That can't be a coincidence.
But he just admitted that they weren't being affected by any kind of spell. What's going on here? Commander Wyatt, You keep saying the perp instead of Steelwind, even though everyone else seems to think she was responsible for this. Do you also suspect that she's being framed?
It just doesn't add up. If she did give herself Mage Blight, her actions wouldn't have been so deliberate.
And she's definitely not the type of person to just go around murdering people.
Even if she was, she's led a lot of the Inquisition's investigations recently. She's investigated plenty of homicides with us, and she knows exactly how we do things. Whoever did this got the job done, but they were sloppy about it. A bunch of witnesses saw her, and she didn't even try to hide herself using her magic. So either she had Mage Blight, which doesn't match her behavior, or she did this intentionally and wanted to get caught. Neither scenario makes any damn sense.
Someone has to be framing her. That's the only reasonable explanation.
Honestly, I'm not so sure about that either.
What do you mean?
You saw her when we arrested her, didn't you? She wanted us to lock her up. It's like she thought that she was a danger to herself and others.
Right. That's the same impression I got as well.
If it weren't for the witnesses' statements, I'd be sure she gave herself Mage Blight. The strangest thing is that I've never seen her that scared before. Something really rattled her about what happened.
Did you follow up on what I said about Beatrice? I know she was in the room when Pierce and I fell unconscious. She has to be involved in this somehow.
Well, she's already in prison, so we're already ahead of that account. But when we asked her what happened, she said that she couldn't remember anything.
That's such an obvious lie. She has to be hiding something.
Normally I'd agree with you, but she's not the only one with missing memories. Steelwind also can't remember anything.
What? It looks like you'll have to speak with her about that. Anyways, what about Eris and that knight who was guarding her? Did they see anything?
Sorry, kid, but Eris Illmater has been missing since everything went down.
What? Do you have any idea what happened to her?
No, but I wouldn't be too worried.
What? A witness to the crime is missing and possibly hurt!
Look, kid, you may be a hotshot attorney, but I've been in this business a lot longer than you have. Sometimes when these things happen to civilians, they get spooked and run away. I've seen it a million times.
You feel like he's not making as big a deal of this as he should be. But he might have a point. Eris is the daughter of a crime lord, after all. She might have gone into hiding to avoid having to speak with law enforcement.
We don't have the resources to look for her, but I'm sure she'll turn up eventually.
Well, I suppose we can't do anything about that now. But I still hope she's okay. Anyways, what about the knight guarding Beatrice? Surely he didn't go missing as well.
That's the thing. The knight who was supposed to be watching her is one of the people who went comatose.
Of course he was.
We found him in front of the prayer room, too.
Damn it, what happened to him?
To make matters worse, that Frege chick knows how to cast invisibility. So even if she was telling the truth, very few people would have actually seen her.
But her guard was in front of the prayer room. She must have brought him there somehow. Anyways, would you happen to have a recent version of her spell compendium?
Sure, we already have it on record.
This is a lengthy spell compendium.
I know. I wasn't saying like
Quite
this,
the list, isn't
how
it?
long is this going?
Some of those spells are very
Worrying?
Suspect? You're telling me.
Right. I forgot how many spells she used during Lord Frega's murder. It's all a little difficult to take in. I still can't believe it. After everything he did, Von Sanctus was just murdered.
I'm surprised to hear that from you. Didn't he basically get away with offing just in way? The way I see it, he got what he deserved.
That still doesn't sit right with me. No matter who the victims might have been. No one deserves to die like that.
You're definitely a bigger man than I am.
Anyways, Von Sanctus's autopsy report says that he died of suffocation.
We think the murderer overpowered him and choked him with a rope or something.
That hardly sounds like something someone would do during a psychotic episode.
Yeah, the more info I get, the more I think you might be onto something. But either way, the fire that perp started in this room burnt his body. It didn't completely turn it to ash, but it was still pretty charred.
So that fire would have burnt away any evidence of the minor wounds he had.
Yeah, we're lucky he... Also, hi, Jay. We're lucky we even discerned he was hit with an evocation spell.
Right. The autopsy report mentioned that too. And hello, Jay. But if a fire was started, is it possible that he died from smoke inhalation?
No. The divination spell we use always identifies smoke inhalation as death by poisoning, not death by suffocation.
Okay. Well, I gotta do this due to the redeem. Yeah. Ada. That was the most inappropriately timed.
Beg your pardon?
What? I need to honor the J.
This is true, but oh my goodness! Just after hearing about cause of death.
Cause of death.
Oh God. I suppose
Thank
that
you guys.
kind of makes sense. But it's still a shame that we can't find out how the murderer suffocated him. We still know very little about how the murders occurred. Do you have records of each of the victims' spell compendiums? That might help us understand what each of the victims was doing during the attack.
Sure, knock yourself out.
Oh my god, it keeps
This is
going.
a little inefficient.
Oh, there's 3 of them.
Okay, wow. That's a lot to work through.
Yep. This is what happens when a bunch of mages are caught in the middle of a murder. Honestly, you've been lucky until now.
Nevertheless, I'll need to look over each of these spells when they become relevant.
Well, have fun with that.
It's just you, Celeste, and the statue. The horrible statue. I don't feel safe here.
Why is that statue freaking you out so much? That Pegasus is literally a celestial like you.
I don't know, but I can feel it suffering through the eye.
It's an animate object, Tyrion.
Let's move somewhere else.
Alright, whatever it takes to get you to stop acting so weird.
I can feel it. I can feel it piercing my soul.
You're hurting that object's feelings. It has feelings. Little bee. Also, hi, Kim.
Oh, another Kim has entered the chat.
Yeah.
All right.
Ah, you're back again, I see.
Oh, now where the heck do I go?
The Kim army grows. Yes.
There's so many.
Let it
There's
grow.
you, me, Kim, and then other Kim, and maybe technically a Kim.
Hold on a second. Wait. There's scorch marks all over the room. The fire must have spread pretty far.
Yeah, it was probably going for a while. No one even noticed it until Prince Alaric told the Kingsguard that he saw smoke.
Interesting. We should speak with him and see if he saw anything else.
An excellent idea.
You think you found everything you can relating to Von Sanctus's murder? Perhaps you should move somewhere else. You arrive at the west-facing balcony of the cathedral. Supposedly, this is where the murderer threw Sybil's body into the lake. I think this is actually one of the people I'm filling in for. Oh, hello there. Yep, got it. As you inspect the area, you catch the attention of an old man nearby. From his garb, he appears to be someone who works at the cathedral. I don't think we've met before. What are you doing here? Sorry for the intrusion. I'm Tyrion Cuthbert, and this is my bodyguard, Celeste McCoy.
We're investigating the murders on behalf of Prosecutor Steelwind.
Ah, cripes, it's my turn to talk to myself, isn't it?
Yep.
Have
Have
fun.
fun.
Have fun,
We've all
girl.
done it.
Tyrion Cuthbert, I have heard of you. Judging from his thoughts, he probably hasn't heard many good things about you. He doesn't look nearly as criminal as I expected him to be. But forgive my rudeness. I am Theon Arceus, High Speaker of the Church of Bahamut. So, you're the one who saw Steelwind here during the murders. Do you mind if we ask you some questions? He scans you warily. I suppose there would be no harm in that. We heard that you saw the prosecutor acting strangely here. Could you tell us more about what you saw? Did it look like she was having a psychotic episode? I wouldn't go that far. But she was certainly acting strangely. How did you come across her? Well, I was on my way to the prayer room. I always recite prayers from the draconic texts around that time. Wait, he was heading to the prayer room? When I saw her, I first thought she was just enjoying the view of the lake. I was about to greet her, but when I approached her, I saw that she was throwing something off the edge of the balcony. Huh. You must have seen her dumping Sybil's body. You're probably correct. I came to the same conclusion after they found that poor woman's body below us. Although... What is it? I only saw it for a second, so perhaps I'm wrong. But Lady Sybil was wearing much brighter colors this morning. Whatever Lady Steelwind threw into the lake, it looked much darker. What does that mean? I'm sorry. I can't really explain it. Perhaps I was just seeing things. My eyes aren't good as they used to be, after all. It could have just been a trick of the light. Wait, if you saw Aria dumping Lady Sybil's body, then she must have just murdered her. Ow, bugger. I double-clicked. That means you must have been heading to where we were at that time. Oh? Were you praying there with Lord Pierce? Not exactly. What? That's not what the guards told me. The guards? Do you mean the ones standing watch outside the prayer room? Yes! They told me that Pierce was praying with some acquaintances of his. They said the same thing to Lady Steelwind as well. Wait, Steelwind was there too? Yes, she appeared to be waiting for something. But anyways, I didn't want to disturb them, so I went back to my quarters to pray there. The High Speaker didn't see her fighting Celeste. She must have started her attack after he left, but why would she bother waiting? Either way, we can't exactly question those guards.
They're still comatose. I think that's how you
comatose.
pronounce it. Comatose. Okay, that's interesting. They're still comatose after the attack.
Actually, the High Speaker's quarters aren't that far away from the prayer room. How did you not hear anything? Ah, it must have been because of the magical wards in my room. Magical wards? Are they there for security reasons? Not exactly. I actually suffer from chronic insomnia. Even the smallest sound will wake me up at night. Years ago, I had some mages enchant the walls so sound couldn't travel through them. I couldn't hear anything from outside the room once I shut my door. That does sound awfully convenient, but you doubt he'd lie about something you could so easily verify. Either way, you should make a note of this. If only we could have that for all our booths.
Yeah, seriously.
There's some sort of debris on the ground. You pick up one of the pieces and feel it in your hands. It appears to be some kind of gravel. This balcony provides a perfect view of Lake Galacrond. A lot of people probably come here when the Grand Cathedral's open to the public. I can see a military stronghold in the distance.
They must be able to see a lot from that high up.
Prepario Arcanum.
There are traces of transmutation on the piece of the debris. Oh, sorry, food. Sorry, I literally burped off mic. Jesus.
You're
Oh
good.
man. Yeah, but you're good.
Okay.
Go on, because I'm gonna.
That would imply that a spell specifically targeted or created whatever this came from. But I doubt someone created these bits of gravel. It must have broken off from something else. You believe that you found everything you can here. Perhaps you should move somewhere else. Not there? You arrive back at the cathedral's garden and come across that accursed statue again. It's tearing into my soul.
Then stop looking at it.
But that doesn't stop it staring into your soul.
As you move away, your attention away from the grotesque sculpture, you spot the Crown Prince. He's sitting on a bench, guarded by some knights from the King's Guard. His brow is furrowed, and he seems to be deep in thought. You know what, Nick? Take over. I'm not about to speak to myself again.
Mr. Cuthbert. And Miss McCoy, too. What are you still doing here?
We're trying to investigate what happened. We were looking around when we just happened to find you here.
I see.
Are you okay?
Yes, I was just thinking how unfortunate this ordeal has been. I do hope Miss Steelwind is taking this well.
Right. She is his fiancée, after all. He must be extremely worried about her. We're trying to find out exactly what happened. Do you mind if we ask you some questions?
I see. Well, I'll do whatever I can to help. You said that you two were investigating the murders. You weren't planning to defend Miss Steelwind, were you?
If she would have me. She may be a competent prosecutor, but I have far more experience defending clients.
Unfortunately, I think the situation is a bit more complicated than that.
What do you mean?
Several house leaders died today. We can't release this information to the public. Not after the news of William Frega's death has already spread. In the course of 2 months, we've lost not one, but 3 members of the Pillar families.
But the trial has to happen soon, or else the magical traces left will disappear.
From what I've heard, we will be holding a trial. But it will be handled privately and internally. And I'm sorry to say that you won't be permitted to serve in such a trial.
Right. A majority of the nobility hates me, after all. Would you be able to pull some strings, Aster?
I'm sorry. I'd like nothing more than to give you the opportunity to represent her. But I clearly have a personal attachment to the case. If I try to tip the trial in her favor, it will only harm her chances more.
Right. I see what you mean. But even if we can't help her during the trial, we can still investigate the crimes on her behalf.
Yes, I would really appreciate that. If new evidence is found, perhaps we can exonerate Miss Steelwind of the charges against her.
After everything that's happened, I really need to know. Why were so many nobles gathered in one place anyways? All 4 of the Pillar families were present. I understand if you don't want to tell me, but this information could be vital in figuring out what really happened.
No, I see your point. The truth is, we all gathered to mourn the death of my father, King Olivier de Wivengard IX.
Wait. The king is dead?
Yes. We wanted to avoid releasing this information to the public so close to the death of William Frega. My father has been ill for quite some time, so we were prepared for this. Or at least I thought I was. I also lost my mother when I was quite young. But it's still all a little hard to take in.
I'm sorry. you have my condolences.
Thank you.
But if King Oliver is dead, that would make you...
Yes, you currently stand before King Aster de Wivengard, ruler of our kingdom.
Considering everything that's happened, he seems less than thrilled about that. I suppose that explains why all these nobles are gathered.
They came under the guise of paying their respects. But it's clear they all wanted to get closer to the new King of Wivengard. I think the Freggers were the only ones who genuinely came to give their condolences.
Speaking of the Fregas, I think you need to know. I saw Beatrice before I was knocked out. I think she may have been the one that killed Garrick Pierce.
Why would she be there?
I'm sorry. I know she's your friend. But we already know that she's not above committing murder.
I see. I suppose if you're saying it, it must be so. But what possible reason would she have to be involved in something like this?
I'm not sure yet, but I plan to find that out. By the way, where were you during the murders? I remember you left with Steelwind when Celeste and I arrived at the cathedral.
Ah, yes. Steelwind and I left to speak with the High Speaker Arceus in his quarters.
What was your meeting about?
It was actually about our wedding. With my father's death, Lord Steelwind wanted to make our union official.
Oh! I would congratulate you two, but considering the circumstances...
I understand, and I appreciate your words nonetheless.
Anyways, how long did this meeting last?
I believe we spoke with him until 1:40 p.m.
But Von Sanctus died at 2:05 p.m. That means she began a rampage less than half an hour after that meeting. Was there anything off about her behavior?
Now that you mention it, something about her demeanor changed. We were speaking of the wedding when she abruptly left. I asked her where she was going, but she ignored me.
That sounds similar to what happened when Celeste fought her. There's no way she was affected by Mage Blight.
I honestly didn't think much of it at the time. I'm quite used to her giving me the cold shoulder.
Right.
It's possible that the Steelwind the witnesses saw wasn't actually real. Does that mean the Steelwind that attended the meeting was also a fake? Anyways, what happened after your meeting with the High Speaker? Did you see Steelwind after that?
Actually, I found myself caught up in something else entirely. At 2 p.m., I went to pay my respects at my father's coffin. But apparently, someone had set a magical trap there.
What?
It was a glyph of contingency.
I have heard of that spell. It's like a trap you can set, and you can infuse any spell into it.
But it requires a second, contingent spell to place that trap. Which spell was it?
It was a force cage, targeting me.
Was the murderer trying to attack Aster too?
I don't think so. They would have used a more lethal spell if they wanted to. But from the sounds of it, Force Cage can't be dispelled. So Aster would have been trapped inside of it for that full hour.
We think the murderer used this as a distraction. Because of that trap, the King's Guard consolidated most of their attention and forces on my location. As a result, there were fewer people guarding Von Sanctus, Sybil, and Pierce. And the ones that were all fell comatose. They can't tell us what happened to them.
And yet another inexplicable event is added to the list. After everything you've learned, you highly doubt that Steelwind was affected by Mage Blight. So someone must be behind what happened. But who? Anyways, it seems he's told you everything he knows. He probably didn't witness much after his trap by that force cage. You should move somewhere else and follow your other leads. Where? Nope.
Oh.
Dead end.
Well, we'll just keep guessing until something works.
I just want to say that Aster impression, really good. It's really
Yes,
well done.
spot on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. We found it.
She attacked a member of the royal family and killed several nobles. What else is there to investigate? The laws are clear about what we must do. We should execute her immediately.
Alaric, the situation is of far too much import to make such rash decisions. We need to approach this calmly and carefully.
As you return to the nave, you spot the young prince in an argument with that nobleman you saw earlier. Now that you think of it, you still have no idea who he is.
Oh, it's you two.
Your Highness. And I don't think we've been introduced.
What?
I see you're still as insolvent as ever.
Damn.
You stand before Sir Remus Vergili, Archduke and Royal Visor to the Wervengard throne.
I believe he means advisor.
Nope, you're the visor now.
Oh.
Yes.
And insolvent.
I go at the front of the hat.
Archduke? You didn't even know the Kingdom of Wervengard had a title like that. Why haven't you ever heard of him before?
Why are you two still here, anyway? I thought the cathedral was closed for the investigation.
We're investigating what happened on behalf of Prosecutor Steelwind.
I see. Anyways, I have much to attend to. I'll be taking my leave.
You sense a tinge of anxiety. Is he avoiding you? Actually, since we have you here, we have some questions for you. The both of you.
You should know your place, knave.
Your Grace, where were you when the murders took place?
Just what are you trying to insinuate?
Please, Alaric, there's no need for that. To answer your question, I was speaking with Lady Frega's familiar.
Tracker?
No, it was the demon who calls himself Marrunath.
What? Why would you want to speak with him?
He was actually the one who sent for me. According to him, he had some information that was of great import to me.
You didn't make a contract with him, did you?
Of course not. What kind of desperate fool do you take me for? No. He gave me the information he had freely.
But why would he do that? Demons are supposedly always trying to trick humans into making deals with them.
Looking back, it must have been a distraction. What a fool I was. I knew he was playing with me. But I knew he couldn't tell lies. And the information he had was too important to ignore.
If you don't mind me asking, what was the information about?
I'm sorry, but I can't reveal what he told me. It could endanger the people I care about.
Hold on, I gotta turn down the game volume a little bit.
Oh, am I too quiet? I could turn it
Yeah.
up.
I think when
Apologies for that.
that
It
and
could
the
endanger people that I care about.
that and the fanfare was just getting too loud.
That is very regal. But rest assured, I doubt it has anything to do with the massacre.
Your Grace, we've only just met. I can't exactly take your word for it.
I suppose that's fair. But believe me when I say that I plan to take this information to my grave.
That's ominous. But he's clearly intent on keeping their conversation a secret.
Anyways, several members of the King's Guard were watching us. They can verify my alibi.
How long did this conversation last?
I arrived to speak with him at 1:50 p.m., and I didn't leave until 3:10 p.m.
So he was accounted for during the time frame of the murders. But why would Marrunath go to the trouble of distracting him in the first place? Whoever orchestrated this also used a force cage to stop Aster. Were they trying to distract the forces in the cathedral? Or were they trying to keep certain people out of the crossfire? Either way, it's clear that Beatrice has a lot to answer for. Your Highness, we heard the prosecutor cast a spell on you when you saw the fire in the common room. Can you tell us more about what happened?
I can't believe she attacked a member of the royal family. She was completely irresponsible with her magic.
I understand your feelings about this, but we can't say for certain that she inflicted mage blight on herself. We don't even know if it was actually her.
I saw her with my own eyes. Plenty of other people did too.
Either way, where did this happen?
It was on the path outside the common room. I saw smoke coming from the building, and I saw Steelwind walking away from it.
So this must have been after she murdered Von Sanctus. I have a feeling I already know the answer, but was she behaving erratically?
No! She was very deliberately casting a spell on me!
Which, once again, implies that Mage Blight wasn't behind this. Do you know which spell she cast on you?
I'm not sure. I've never been affected by a spell like that before.
From the magical traces on him, we know that it was a transmutation spell.
Transmutation spells manipulate and change physical matter. It's scary to think about what that might do to a human body. Are you sure he's okay?
Lord Asclepius inspected him, and he doesn't appear to have any lasting injuries. We're hoping the spell's effects were only temporary.
Can you describe what you felt while you were affected by it? That might help us identify which spell it was.
Well, I was extremely dazed, and my ears were ringing. My vision was also partially blurred. It was as if my mind was in some sort of fog. Whenever I tried to speak, I couldn't even form words with my mouth. I could only make grunting sounds. I couldn't walk either, so I had to crawl on the floor.
I'm sorry you had to go through that. That must have been traumatic. But what kind of transmutation spell would do that to him? It had to be something that affected his senses. you already told us that she wasn't acting erratically, but was there anything off about her demeanor?
I only saw her for a moment. But she was definitely different than usual. She was completely emotionless.
Yeah, that's exactly what she was like when I fought her, too.
It's like when she was an arcane construct. Her movements were also robotic.
Wait, are there any arcane constructs on the cathedral grounds?
No. Not for lack of trying on Lord Van Sanctus's part. What was that? The High Speaker and I have specifically forbidden the staff here from using them.
It would be really convenient if all of this was done using a construct, but of course it's not that easy. Although you are a little tired of seeing them in your cases. Anyways, was anyone else around when Steelwind cast that transmutation spell on you?
No. She moved away quickly after she incapacitated me. And even if someone was around, I don't think I could have seen them anyways.
Commander Wyatt also said that he was surprised no one saw the prince until after that spell wore off. What happened to him? That covers Alaric's account of what happened. We even got the Archduke's statement too. But there's still one last person we need to speak to.
Aria. Oh, shoot.
She and Beatrice supposedly have no memories of what happened. If it were only Beatrice saying that, I'd probably doubt it. But if Steelwind also doesn't have any memories, it becomes a lot more credible. She definitely has the missing piece we need to put this together.
Are you going to the dungeon to speak with her?
I am.
Wonderful. I'll be accompanying you.
What?
As the royal advisor, I have a vested interest in the investigation. While I trust Lucio to leave no stone unturned, I heard you have quite the talent for seeing what the crown cannot.
Well, it's not as if you have the authority to stop him, but you still don't know him very well. You'll need to be wary of what you say in front of him. You arrive at the dungeon and see the prosecutor sitting in a holding cell. She seems extremely stressed. It's as if she's trying to figure something out.
Mr. Cuthbert, and your grace.
Steelwind gives a wary look to the Archduke. How are you doing?
As best as I can, all things considered. What brings you here?
We're trying to investigate everything that happened.
I see.
I was wondering if you could answer some of our questions. Steelwind, I know your situation is pretty grim right now, but you know you can trust me.
Oh, you're not the person I'm worried about. At this moment, I don't even know if I can even trust myself.
What? We heard that you don't have many memories of what happened. Is that true?
It is. No matter how much I try, I can't recall anything.
What is the last thing you remember?
I believe I was leaving my meeting with the High Speaker and His Majesty. After the meeting, I was planning to return to the nave to speak with my father. But I suddenly felt extremely nauseous. I thought some fresh air might help me feel better, so I went to the balcony.
The one over Lake Galacrond.
Yes, that one. The last thing I remember was losing consciousness as I looked at the lake.
And did you cast any magic before this happened?
No, I didn't.
Huh. Are you sure you don't remember anything after that?
I don't. All I remember is waking up to the sound of someone sobbing. It was Celeste. She was crying over your unconscious body, Mr. Cuthbert.
I feel like we've completely ruled out Mage Blight, so I doubt that's why you can't remember anything. Are there any spells that can specifically modify or destroy people's memories? It would certainly explain a lot of this.
No. Arcane spells can only affect the physical world. But throughout history, mages have attempted to develop spells that can affect the mind. There's no recorded history of any of them succeeding.
But you're assuming that arcane spells are the only type of magic that exists.
What?
I think you've observed it already. There are magical creatures in this world that don't use arcane magic. Isn't that right, Mr. Cuthbert?
What? Does he know about the Eye of Horus? I'm not sure what you're trying to imply.
Don't take me for a fool. Several of my associates attended Frega's trial. And they all heard what that demon referred to you as.
Heavensborn.
If I learned that Lumina had anything to do with this...
Your Grace, I'm not an agent of the Theocracy. And even if what you're saying is true, I wasn't the one who manipulated Steelwind's memories. But I suppose you raise a good point. If something affected Steelwind's memories, it wasn't necessarily an arcane spell. In fact, it couldn't have been an arcane spell. It was definitely something else.
You're probably right. Which proves that I'm responsible for the murders.
What? You just said that you don't have any memories of what happened. Why are you so convinced that you're responsible for this? I told the Inquisition already. I saw Beatrice before I passed out. She's clearly involved in this somehow.
There's more to this than you realize, Mr. Cuthbert. For the past few months, the Inquisition and I have been investigating a string of seemingly unrelated murders. During each of those cases, we were able to apprehend the perpetrator without issue. But there was always something off about them during questioning. The murders were always abnormally gruesome and passionate, and each of the perpetrators said the same thing. They all said they had no choice.
No choice?
Cases like this have been occurring throughout Wivengard, and very little connects the perpetrators to each other. All except one thing. Each of them acted as if someone had controlled them against their will.
They were probably just desperate. Most murders try to make excuses after they're caught. They could even be just in complete denial.
Orem said the same thing. But these cases were far too similar for me to ignore. I wondered if they were telling the truth. Perhaps each of these murders was committed by an unknown party. I didn't have any concrete evidence, but I knew I was getting closer to something.
Steelwind, I don't mean to be rude, but this sounds...
Completely insane.
You don't even have any physical evidence to prove these murders are connected.
There's one piece of evidence, but it's hardly concrete. But it does tie each of these cases together.
She takes out a small parchment from her pocket and shows it to you.
Oh, shoot.
It's a purple symbol.
Several of the people we arrested had an item with this symbol on it. None of them could remember where it came from, or even what it was. But they all somehow knew that it was called the Purple Mark.
But there has to be an explanation for this. It could just be some esoteric superstition that we don't know about.
If that's true, then ask yourself one thing. Where did I get this parchment from?
You don't mean...
I found it in my pocket, after I was properly confined. Whoever I've been chasing must have left it there to taunt me. For all I know, they could have controlled my body and forced me to draw the symbol myself. Either way, this all but proves the massacre at the cathedral is related to it.
I don't want to dismiss what you said, but this definitely won't hold up in court.
Nor should it. If my mind has been compromised, I can't take the risk of leaving this dungeon. Otherwise, I could end up harming more people.
Wait, are you planning to spend the rest of your life in prison?
If that is what is necessary to keep everyone safe.
But what about Aster? Weren't you two supposed to be married soon? He's the king now, and you can't rule Wyverngard alongside him from a holding cell.
You're correct. But he's always been a remarkable person. He should have no problem finding another suitress.
You feel an overwhelming sadness emanating from her as she says that.
Aria.
No.
What?
You're not gonna sacrifice everything for someone else's actions.
Mr. Cuthbert! I am not going to risk more lives! If I were to hurt His Majesty, I would never be able to forgive myself. Please. Please don't ask that of me.
Steelwind is going to throw away everything she cares about for the greater good. Even if she was the one who did all this, she's not the one who is responsible. You can't let her resign herself to a fate like this. Steelwind! Are you seriously just going to throw your life away?
If it were necessary, I would give my life for this kingdom. If someone controlled my actions today, they can and will do so again. And as long as that as long as that possibility exists, I can't trust myself.
But that's assuming this person can continue to do so. You said so yourself. You haven't found any evidence to prove your theory. We don't know how this mind control works, and we don't have enough information. We can't just drop this without finding out what really happened.
I suppose you're right. But I doubt there was any goal to this. I've been investigating these murders for months, and I've never been able to find any personal clues as to who the perpetrator is. There's no way to connect them to this. Whoever did this was a sadistic individual who wanted to cause as much suffering as possible.
That's not true, Steelwind. Whoever did this had very specific targets in mind. Both Prince Alaric and the High Speaker saw you when the murders were being committed. Not to mention, they set a trap for Aster.
What?
Well, let's assume that someone was controlling you. They wouldn't have left Alaric, Arceus, or Aster alive if they were trying to kill as many people as possible.
Oh, I suppose you have a point there. But even so, that hardly narrows things down. If someone was controlling me, they wouldn't need to enter the cathedral to use me. Perhaps you're right, and the perpetrator only wanted to murder the 3 victims. There's plenty of people who might want to see those 3 dead.
There's one thing you're overlooking. Before the murders started, someone trapped Aster within a force cage using Glyph of Contingency.
But they didn't harm him. It was probably just a distraction.
Even so, this gives us 2 very important clues. The first is that whoever did this is capable of casting those 2 spells. This means that the perpetrator was a mage.
That's true.
But the second clue is the most important one. Whoever set that trap for Aster, they did so within 24 hours of it triggering. This means that the perpetrator must have been someone who attended the funeral.
So, it was one of them?
That narrows down our list of suspects substantially. There's a chance we can identify who did this. And if they really did control your actions, we can find a way to prevent them from doing so again. Steelwind, you need to fight this.
I can't.
What? Why not?
If we pursue an individual like this, they might retaliate even more than they already have. They wanted to remove me from my position. How will they react if I try to resist? They might hurt even more people to send a message. It's far too dangerous.
Whoever did this had a goal far bigger than you, and you have no guarantee that they'll stop here. 3 nobles died today, and 2 of them were near the top of the political hierarchy. What if they decide to go after more victims? Who will they target next? Your father? The king? We need to catch them before they can do more harm. I know you're frightened about what might happen to the people close to you, but we can't let someone that dangerous get away with this.
When you put it that way, I suppose I have no other choice, do I? I never realized it before, Mr. Cuthbert.
Oh, what?
You really have a bad habit of butting your nose into other people's business, don't you?
Yeah, I suppose I do.
But you're right. We can't let this go. I'll find a way to dispute this. Somehow. Thank you, Mr. Cuthbert.
I think we've known each other long enough. You don't need to be so formal.
Perhaps I've misjudged you.
I know I agreed to fight this, but
What is it? You're the most qualified attorney in the nobility. You'll definitely be able to make a case for yourself.
well, as you probably know, House Sybil controls the legislative and judicial branches of our kingdom. And they've nominated my father as the prosecutor for my trial.
What?
Lucio Steelwind.
No one believes my theory of my control. Everyone believes that I overspent my magic and gave myself Mage Blight. As a result, they blame House Steelwind for Coraline Sybil's death. Now, the only way for him to redeem House Steelwind is to convict me and sentence me to death.
But he's your father. There's no way he would.
This isn't the first time something like this has happened. When I was a child, my mother accidentally overused her magic and induced Mage Blight within herself. In her resulting psychotic episode, she massacred an entire village of commoners.
No.
House Steelwind almost lost everything after that. To redeem himself, my father personally oversaw my mother's trial and her execution.
That's.
My father values his duty to Ivengard over everything else. Nothing matters more to him than that. Not even his family. I want to have confidence in myself, but I don't know if I can face him like this.
Mr. Cuthbert, what is your stake in all of this?
What?
You hate the nobility, don't you? So why are you so intent on helping Miss Steelwind?
Because she's innocent. I know she is. She would never be irresponsible enough to give herself Mage Blight.
Mr. Cuthbert,
It doesn't matter if she's a noble or a commoner. She's being oppressed by the system, and she deserves a fair trial.
Well said.
What?
I, Remus Virgile, hereby grant you the privilege to serve as Miss Steelwind's counsel.
Wait. Really?
I will be acting as the judge and arbiter of Miss Steelwind's trial. It is within my right to grant such permissions.
Thank you. But why would you...
Do you think I've made a mistake?
No, of course not. I'll serve as Steelwind's attorney. If she will have me.
of course. There's no one else I would trust more than this. Or with this. And please, you've done a lot for me already. You don't have to be so formal. Please call me by my first name. Celeste has already taken to doing that. But since you'll be defending me, you'll probably need this.
Oh, not another spell compendium.
Oh boy. Then it's settled. We will hold the trial at my home, the city of Leyden.
Leyden? I've never heard of that place.
Speak with Lucio. He knows the location well.
Before you can ask any more questions, the Archduke leaves without a word. He really has a bad habit of just walking away from conversations. But I guess we should consider ourselves lucky. Even if it's unorthodox, this situation will let us approach this like any other trial. You had no idea what you were in for when you agreed to this. And what proceeded next would be unlike any trial you've ever been in. But even so, you persevered as you've always done in the name of justice. Regardless of what you'd have to sacrifice to do so.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Tyrion. We're definitely lost.
You followed Lord Steelwind's directions to the letter. But it appears you found yourself in the ruins of an old city rather than the estate of the Archduke. I don't understand. This should be the place. This map even has that giant tree north of here.
This can't be the city of land that Virgil mentioned, right? It doesn't look like anyone's lived here in centuries.
But Lord Steelwind's directions were pretty straightforward, so why are we... Wait a minute.
Did he give us the wrong location on purpose?
Please, what kind of dishonorable cretin do you take me for?
Lord Steelwind.
What are you two standing around here for? The trial will be starting shortly.
He's not alone either. He's flanked by a division of the Kingsguard and Aria. But it's difficult to tell if they're escorting her or keeping watch over her. You can see one of the knights channeling a spell over Aria. Must be an anti-magic field. Even now, she must still be wary about someone taking control of her mind. Wait, this is where we'll be hosting the trial?
Yes, the Archduke has always been sentimental about this place. And I doubt a normal courtroom would have enough space.
What?
I really don't know what possessed him to trust you. It's a miracle he's even taking part in this at all. But nevertheless, let's not keep him waiting.
Before you can ask him to elaborate, he walks past you and heads towards one of the central buildings. It's completely dilapidated. You're a little worried it might collapse on you while you're in it. You look at the prosecutor and raise an eyebrow at her. But she merely shakes her head. It's clear she's just as lost as you are. All right. I guess we're doing this.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
The ruins are filled with everyone who was at the Grand Cathedral that day. And they all seem to be just as out of the loop as you are. The only person who seems to be unfazed by this entire situation is Lord Steelwind. He's taken his position at the opposite end of the room. It seems that he truly plans on prosecuting his daughter.
Thank you all for coming here today. I appreciate your cooperation with our investigation.
What?
Why have you...
Here?
What is this place?
Oh, the mold! Is that a cockroach?
This place can't be
There.
OSHA compliant.
Oh, this is
No.
nasty as...
We're gonna die today.
This place is filthy.
It's crawling with insects and
Insects and
vermin.
vermin.
There's
I
fire!
just saw a centipede! Ah!
Ah, Jesus Lord.
Burn the
I'm
place
not
down.
even
We're
wrong.
moving somewhere else.
Kill him with
What the
fire!
fuck, bro?
My apologies, but what happens here today must be kept under wraps for now. I had to choose a location that was away from modern civilization. But nevertheless, I welcome you all to my home.
Wait, you live here?
Huh?
Huh?
I do. Your Grace, I know you wouldn't bring us here unless you were completely certain. But I want to ask you one last time. Is this truly what you wish to do? There will be no going back after this.
What?
I've made many mistakes in my lifetime. I gave Wyverngard the means to protect themselves, but all it did was warp them into something monstrous. I grew bitter seeing what I'd created. So I isolated myself from my people. I thought my best course of action would be to stay in seclusion and leave Wyverngard to fend for themselves. I see now what a fool I was. I abandoned my kin to survive in an unjust world. And now, foreign powers have ingrained themselves in my kingdom. All because of my negligence.
Foreign powers? Does he still suspect that you're an agent of the theocracy?
Well, no more. It is time that the people of Wyverngard and their enemies remember who watches over them.
Oh.
As he raises his hand, magic begins to swirl around him. What's going on?
An earthquake!
The entire room is violently shaking. Whatever he's casting is unlike any magic you've ever seen before.
Whoa.
A blinding light envelops him, but you can faintly see his form changing. It's expanding, and from it... Wait, is that?
Huh?
Ooh!
What?
What?
It's a dragon!
As the Archduke assumes his true form, the gallery breaks out into hysteria. Some of them kneel in reverence to the ancient dragon, and some of them cower in absolute terror. You even see some of them attempt to flee before they're stopped by the Knights of the King's Guard.
Enough. This may not be a court, but I will have order.
You're an ancient dragon. No, you're the last ancient dragon.
That is correct, Heaven's Born. I am the Lord of all lords. You all stand before Rathalion, the Scaled Lord. Behold,
Dragon!
Remus Virgile is an alias I assume when I walk among your kind.
I just want to point out that his occupation is literally just Scaled Lord.
Not
I
dragon.
assure you it's a full-time occupation. But make no mistake, even in my human form, I have always had the strength of an ancient dragon. Until now, only the lords of House Steelwind and the kings of Wyverngard have known my true identity. But I will hide no longer. My will alone will determine how this trial ends.
I wonder if Rathalion is alive, like you said.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. Despite everything, our kingdom's constitution still includes him in our government.
Wait, really?
As the savior of our kingdom, he was given an honorary position on our political hierarchy. His authority technically rivals that of the king.
So that's why you're acting as the arbiter. You're the only person with the authority to convict any and all of the nobles here.
Make no mistake, Mr. Cuthbert. I will remain impartial regardless of what transpires here. I will not interfere in this trial, nor will I try to manipulate its outcome. I will only mediate its proceedings. pass judgment when necessary.
Well, that's certainly terrifying.
Now then, with the introductions out of the way, shall we proceed?
Of course, Your Grace. The prosecution is ready.
The defense is also ready.
I'm sure we're all thoroughly aware of why we're gathered here. But for the sake of doing this properly, could you list the charges, Lucio? Please.
Of course. The defendant, Aria Steelwind, is charged with several counts of manslaughter. Her victims include many knights from the King's Guard who are still unresponsive. And of course, there's Lloyd von Sanctus. I'll pretend I didn't hear that. And Coraline Sibyl, the heads of House von Sanctus and House Sibyl respectively.
What is this farce?
What do you mean?
What kind of nonsense
What is this stupid? This
what
is
the
insanity.
How does this make sense?
She's also obviously
dear.
guilty. This trial was over before it began.
They call
Look at everything that's against
Why are
her.
we so
How
here,
could you
bro?
possibly win?
Here? They drag us here for us.
Oh, Lady
She is
Steelwind.
such an idiot. How does
Oh my
how does
goodness.
anybody
How
yeah.
irresponsible.
irresponsible
I
little?
think I might have to reconsider my respect for the nobility after
What a waste
this.
of time.
Seriously, I'm hungry.
No, no. See?
What?
There's
See
a
what?
dragon! The mole?
Yes, there is.
I mean, don't you
This
see the
is
giant
about-
bloody dragon right there? I mean, come on. This,
Golden
this is literally
giant
our
dragon.
this is literally our god about to judge somebody.
I'm here to mediate and pass judgment when necessary.
There's no way she can win this.
I knew it was a mistake for her to be betrothed to King Aster.
Oh,
Oh god.
man, this
Very
gallery's chatty.
Might I remind the court of my own testimony? I witnessed Beatrice Frege enter the prayer room before I lost consciousness. Isn't it suspicious that this occurred around 15 minutes before Pierce's death?
If I recall correctly, you only caught a glimpse of her. You don't know if it was someone else disguised in an illusion. You didn't even speak to her.
That's all the more reason to call her to the stand to explain herself.
She has already testified that she has no memory of what transpired during the massacre. There is no need to drag this out any longer than necessary, Cuthbert.
My client has a right to a fair trial, and Beatrice Frege's involvement clearly implies some sort of foul play.
Enough. I find Mr. Cuthbert's request to be reasonable. And I agree that Lady Frege's actions are quite suspect.
Very well. Let the defense have his battle. I only hope for his sake that his blade strikes true.
Yo, put that down.
Make me.
Why is everything a war metaphor with you?
But what the whip
Because
down?
I'm very good at it.
Beatrice?
I'm glad you're safe, Mr. Cuthbert.
I'm not.
Not for lack of trying on your part.
I have no memories of what I did. If I hurt you, I am truly sorry.
She actually looks pretty sincere. But it's not as if this is the first time she's lied to you. To be honest, I'm still a little doubtful about your memory loss.
But I'm not the only one who experienced it. Aria also has no memories of what happened.
And how would you know that?
Word travels around quickly in the dungeons.
What?
Regardless, if you truly have no memories of what happened, could you testify about what you do remember? Perhaps there's a clue there we haven't discovered yet.
Very well. I was with my sisters and my guide, Eris Illmater. I was speaking with them in the garden when I suddenly felt ill and lost consciousness. When I woke up, my sisters found me. They said that I had gone missing for over an hour. I was confused, but when I later heard what happened, I realized that someone must have taken control of my body. I have no memories of what happened, and from what I understand, same thing happened to Aria. And to make matters worse, there's nothing that indicates who may have controlled our actions.
She's also saying that someone was controlling her. Well, her testimony does match up with Aria's statement, but there's something off about the way she's testifying. If she were trying to lie to you, she would have been a lot more vague. What is she doing? Nothing, you say? Well, allow me to present this. Why would she say something like that? You found the contradiction, but it's almost like she gave it to you. Beatrice, you said that there's no indication of who orchestrated this. But there is one piece of evidence that does just that, albeit loosely.
And what would that be?
This symbol. You pull out the parchment with the purple mark and show it to her.
Marrunath, what are you doing?
What's wrong?
He's using his powers to suppress our connection.
Magic?
I can't actually see what you're trying to show me.
Marrunath, can you stop being petty and just let her see it?
I don't take orders from you, Heaven's Born.
I wonder, Mr. Cuthbert, what is on that parchment?
You see, Beatrice, Aria has been investigating a string of murders throughout Wyverngard. These murders appear to be unrelated, despite how gruesome they are. But they all share one thing in common. This symbol was found at each and every crime scene.
Don't tell me my daughter's roped you into her little conspiracy theory. Your mind-controlled defense would be laughable if it wasn't downright insulting.
Lord Steelwind, during the gap in Aria's memory, someone placed this mark in her pocket. It was clearly some sort of taunt from whoever orchestrated this.
Nonsense. She clearly drew that symbol herself during her psychotic episode. I've had to listen to her go on and on about her insane theory. She was so obsessed with it.
Mr. Cuthbert, aren't you curious about what just happened?
What are you talking about?
Think about it. My apologies. I don't know why I said that.
Is everything okay, Beatrice?
Yes, I'm perfectly fine. Anyways, it looks like you'll have to figure the rest out on your own.
Figure the rest out on my own? What do you mean by that?
There's nothing to figure out. Your Grace, these two are making a mockery of us by spouting these insane theories. The defense clearly has no case. End this at once.
Considering what I know, I'd like to indulge this theory.
What?
The judge is finally giving you a chance for once. Huh. That's a first. You shouldn't waste this opportunity. Don't screw this up. You've actually been noticing it for quite a while. Beatrice has been acting strangely since the trial began. It's suspicious, but not in the way that seems to implicate her. It's almost like she's intentionally trying to make you realize something. Why don't you pull on this thread a little more? She just asked if you were curious about what just happened. You're not sure why she stopped herself when you asked for elaboration. But whatever she's trying to draw your attention to must be significant. Marrunath. He didn't allow Beatrice to see the purple mark. He'd only do that if Beatrice would recognize it normally. Marrunath is her familiar, and he used to follow her orders. But things have clearly changed now that she belongs to the Empress of Discord. So why would a demon like Marrunath interfere with this? The purple mark has to be related to a demon somehow. That's the only explanation as to why he would prevent her from seeing the mark. But Aria has been investigating murders throughout Wyvengard. Does this mean that her investigation also has something to do with the demon? Aria suspected that each one of the murderers was acting against their will. And now both Aria and Beatrice are also claiming they were controlled. You recall what was written on Beatrice's contract during her trial. It said what would happen if she failed to claim House Frege. Her soul, her mind, and her life would all be claimed by the Empress of Discord. No. That can't be right, can it? Did Aria seriously sign a blood contract with a demon? But why would she ever do that? But it's the conclusion that makes the most sense. You can't think of any other way someone could control her against her will. And there's one way to find out for certain. The Divine Edict. That same ability you used against Beatrice during her trial. It was instinctual at the time, but you have some understanding of how it works. It creates a copy of a blood contract between a contract holder and the demon who created it. But for it to work, you need to know the name of the contract holder. In addition to that, you need the name of the demon who created the contract. Right now, you're only relying on guesswork. But going off what you know, the demon who made the contract must be the so-called Empress of Discord. She was mentioned in Beatrice's blood contract, but you still have no idea who or what she is. However, she was mentioned in a blood contract created by Marrunath. She must be a superior in some way. That might explain why Marrunath doesn't want Beatrice to identify the purple mark. You're not sure if a pseudonym is enough, but it's the closest you can get with what you know so far.
You've been awfully quiet for a while, Mr. Cuthbert. What are you thinking about?
He's probably imagining new ways to futilely stall for time.
I think I finally figured out why the witness and the defendant can't remember anything. And it would also explain why they didn't have control of their actions.
Again with this. If you're so convinced of my daughter's conspiracy, why don't you prove it?
I
knew it. Even you don't believe the nonsense you're spouting.
Lord Steelwind, I want to be wrong about this. If I'm right, the implications don't bode well for anyone involved. So instead of telling you, I think it would be better to show you. Empress of Discord, wherever you may hide.
Oh, damn it.
I knew you could do it.
By the Eye of Horus, I issue upon you a divine edict. Release thy guards and manifest your blood contract with Aria Steelwind.
No,
What?
I refuse. Try again on a business day.
No. This can't be true. This is... Enough! Stop prattling amongst yourself. Objection!
No! This is a sham! This wretch has clearly created a convincing fabrication.
It's genuine, Lucio. It's impossible to falsify something like this.
You can't deny the truth anymore, Lord Steelwind. There is a way to control someone else's actions. And Aria Steelwind wasn't affected by Mage Blight. She was controlled against her will.
With this evidence, there's no doubt that Aria did sign a blood contract. But it still doesn't make sense.
I agree. Even if Aria was the type of person to sign a contract with a demon, there isn't a single part of this contract that benefits her. There's a large empty space above the term of your daughter's contract. When I issue a divine edict, it creates a copy of the blood contract that I call for. I think when she was given this contract, it probably looked like something entirely different. Something else was written in this empty space to make it look like a normal legal document. Which means that my client was not in control of her actions that day.
I don't know what any of this means.
Enough of this, all of you!
Do you see now, Lord Steelwind? Aria was not responsible for what happened.
That remains to be proven.
What are you talking about? She has a blood contract that relinquishes control of her free will.
Not having control and not being responsible are two very different things, Cuthbert.
What?
I'll admit, the defense may not have had control of her actions when she murdered the victims. However, she did have full control of herself when she signed this contract.
Are you serious?
Deadly serious.
No one in their right mind would willingly sign a contract like this.
And what of Beatrice Frege? Was she not in her right mind when she made a contract with the demon Marrunath? If we can't hold the defendant responsible, surely we should also acquit Lady Frege for the murder of her father.
That's hardly the same thing.
I, for one, fail to see the difference.
Well, you only have one eye.
Ha ha! A fool made a deal with a demon, and as a result several esteemed members of the nobility were killed.
She's your daughter, Lucio!
And how does that change anything?
Damn it. He seriously doesn't care if he convicts Aria.
Daddy doesn't love me.
Daddy loves his title and his lands and his responsibility to the kingdom, daughter dear. Honestly, this only places more responsibility on her for what happened. I could have accepted if she had been reckless and accidentally induced Mage Blight. But to sign a contract with a demon... that only further espouses the need to put her down.
She was clearly tricked, Lucio.
Is that so? As a fellow attorney, would you really sign a contract without carefully inspecting it?
Oh,
Gah.
got you there.
Whether it was through foolishness, negligence, or both, the defendant willingly signed a blood contract. She compromised herself, and as a result, 3 nobles died. The responsibility falls squarely on her.
Wait. Even if she willingly signed that contract, that's not entirely true, is it? Lucio, there's clearly someone else to blame for Aria's actions that day.
Oh, and who would that be?
I'd like to read my client's blood contract to the court. By signing this contract, Aria Steelwind surrenders her mind, body, and soul to the patron. That can only mean one thing. Whoever this patron is, they took control of my client and used her to murder the victims.
Yeah, that's right. That makes sense.
That makes sense.
there.
Yeah.
Seems pretty
Who's this
reasonable.
patron person?
Yeah, seriously.
Wait,
Coming from
that
the
means
room.
it could be still out there. Is it one of you?
Oh man, none of us could be safe.
Wait, that's
It's
you.
not me. It's obviously you.
Yeah, it's obviously you. You forgot to pay your taxes.
Oh, man, none of us are safe until this patron is found.
Surely we can't end this trial while every member of the Wyvern Guard nobility is in danger.
Well played.
I'm compelled to agree with Mr. Cuthbert. Trickery or not, it's clear someone wished ill intent on the nobles.
And until we know who this patron is, you can't pass judgment on my client. Not until we know the circumstances that she signed that blood contract under.
And what would you have us do, Mr. Cuthbert? The contract has no stipulations about proximity or how this mind control works. For all we know, this patron could have murdered the victims all while sitting in their very home.
There was a clear intent behind this attack. Even if the patron didn't directly participate in the murders, they definitely had a motive. If Aria was being controlled, then we can analyze her behavior to determine who was controlling her.
I see. That does sound as good a plan as any. At the very least, we can't allow this patron to escape justice. Despite the questions raised, we've clearly made some headway. I believe we should take a brief recess to process these revelations.
Very well.
Oh my. Oh, finally a recess. I
What
can
if
use the
there's
bathroom.
food?
Ah, that should be a good stopping point for today.
Oh man. That was getting so good too.
The plot thickens.
Oh, yes,
Probably
it
Higgins.
does.
Oh,
exciting.
brother. Also, Golden Dragon, yay!
Yay! Woo!
Yay!
Golden Dragon of Raw? What? Winged
Oh
Dragon of
god,
Raw?
Golden Dragon from the movie K-pop Demon Hunters. I'm sorry. Sorry, I saw Golden Color and I think of the song Golden. It's just like
My mind went to Yu-Gi-Oh! Brew with the Winged Dragon of Raw.
Oh, true. Gonna be golden.
Man doesn't even need a gavel, just goes.
Just breathes fire. Or just
Wow, the
roars.
golden song playing.
Imagine he just opens his mouth and just starts blaring gold in like a loudspeaker.
Like Stitch. Just open the mouth and then close the mouth.
Oh
Yes.
god.
Oh, hey, Alejandro Rosa stopped by. What's up? I
The Rosa!
completely missed.
No!
I completely missed that because I'm limited to one screen in here.
No.
I just have a very chaotic assemblage of screens and windows open so I can see it all.
I am roasting.
Yeah,
it
I'm not
here.
in my booth, so I have access to 2 monitors.
Oh yes, I'm on fire in here as well.
Thank goodness the fall approaches.
It's very
Still gets
warm.
hot.
I am
Just
the
not as bad.
sun that approaches- Sorry, that song.
Provoking. Black clouds in isolation.
You should.
I had recently started playing DMC5, so pretty much all of those songs are stuck in my head.
Yes. Here's the thing, I never played the games, but I know the song so well, and it's been trending in like literally in like my Instagram reels. It was really funny.
Nice.
Oh man.
Oh, anonymous.
Thank you, Anonymous.
Hey.
Thank you. Ish.
Oh, thank you, Anonymous. Look at you.
Alrighty. So, as far as I know, we're going to be missing Mag next week due to something.
Yeah, I have an event going there. Sorry,
Hmm.
y'all.
Oh, no, not a problem.
Oh wait, next
Y'all.
week?
good.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, I'm meeting the voice actors there. Sorry.
Hey.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. That goes well.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
And then probably
Yeah.
for me, I'll be out the week after because that's probably the weekend I actually try to move. So
Oh.
Oh, good
Oh,
luck on
good luck.
that.
I hope I can actually bring my
Yeah.
booth
Yeah,
with me
this.
because that's going to be a small apartment.
Mm.
Ooh, hoping for the best for you.
Listen, you don't get to live in LA for anything resembling decent pricing unless you decide that you wanted to live in a shoebox.
Oh no.
Oh.
You damn ass right, Kim. You damn ass right. You're going with me. So. Oh man. But yeah, I'm meeting the voice actor of Finon, Mighty, and Anaxa. So I.
Oh, that
Nice.
event. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds so fun.
What is
I
that
know.
event?
It's like the cosplay festival that's happening near where I'm living. So it's
Oh,
it's
cool.
that one.
Cool.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
gonna be fun. Yeah. Time to
Nice.
weep out. Yeah. So- yeah. But yeah. I think next Saturday I should be okay. I should be okay.
Well,
Mm.
I'll further discuss how
Well,
that's going on.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
cook,
talk.
We'll cook
We'll
in the
figure
back.
it
We'll
out.
cook in the back.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. So yeah.
It'll all work out.
Yeah. But thank you for having us, Rion. Appreciate it.
I'm glad we're able to get back into this.
Oh, yeah.
Only to
After-
possibly have to take another 2-week break depending on the timing of things.
We'll
Yeah.
Get it.
We'll make
Oh,
it, we'll make it
and
work.
oh. Mm.
Yeah.
At the very least, my new job is a normal Monday to Friday job as opposed to one that is now tried to turn into a 7-day job.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
What kids come into tutoring on a Sunday? They're gonna riot.
I mean,
But that will be my last day.
Alright.
This next week will be my last day at that last week at that job. So
Yay,
oh,
huzzah.
Hell yeah. Okay. All right, y'all. I gotta head out. I need
Yep.
to eat. I know I ate food, but I definitely need like a proper meal because.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah.
Nutrition
same,
is
I gotta
important.
get something. I only had a snack before this.
yep.
Oh,
yeah.
Beware the spiky fish.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my goodness.
Oh my
Get out.
God.
Thank you.
Boy.
Thank you for having us. It was fun.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.
Pleasure as always.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you everyone in chat.
Oh, I should type that in too. Thank you for the stream.
Alrighty. That is the end for today. And I do sincerely apologize for missing anybody in the chat because I am keeping this all jammed onto one screen, so I've got like 6 windows up here. But I hope you all have a lovely as I just completely hold on a second. Excuse me while I just kind of unstick my brain. I hope you all have a lovely evening. There we go. Words have been figured out. And on that note, let me see who I can send you off to for today. Well, let me send you off to... In the spirit of this having been a voice acting stream, let me send you off to another voice actor. In this case, I will send you to Melisande, who has been a voice actor in many different things: Catalyst in Apex Legends and Rurouni Kenshin, the 2023 version, Borderlands 3, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, Octopath Traveler 2, and many others. Pretty extensive resume here. I'm not going to read off the whole thing because that is a lot. But yeah, let's go say hello. Shall we? Oh, and do beware, since she's playing Silksong, do beware potential spoilers. Want a part of that? Thank you, everybody. I will be back next week.